Chris, what is our third main topic today?
Our third topic, sorry, everyone was like, you spoiled that in the chat. It came out in November. I yelled spoiler first. I did a little better than Rob. Our third topic. Steve Calderon writes, hi, John. I know you don't care about the Golden Globes, but do you have any thoughts on the Banshees of Inisherin winning Best Picture Comedy over Everything Everywhere All at Once, while the Fablemans takes home Best Picture Drama over the two highest grossing films of 2022, Top Gun Maverick and Avatar: The Way of Water?
All right, Steve, thanks a lot for saying that in. And yeah, as we alluded to a little bit earlier, last night was the Golden Globes. A completely useless, pointless. First of all, the Hollywood foreign press itself, I've never heard a justification for its existence, but whatever. It is, I acknowledge, it is a significant player in the awards season around the industry. It absolutely is, whether I like it or not, it is. And so we have to at least pay a little bit of attention to what were the results. Now, I will say this. If you can find a silver lining in all of the controversy that has surrounded the Hollywood foreign press and the Golden Globes the last couple of years, the silver lining would be it maybe has forced them to act a little bit more legitimately. And with that being said, this is me trying to give credit where it's due, all right? With that being said, this year's lineup of their nominees and all that kind of stuff seemed, I didn't see any in there that was like remember when Johnny Depp and Angelina Jolie had, what was it, The Tourist? Was that, remember they nominated that awful, terrible movie, and they nominated, listen, the Golden Globes all the time would nominate certain things so they could get certain stars at their awards. That's what they did. This isn't like the Academy that has 7,000 professional voting members. This is a group of 70 people who just trying to throw a party, right? I didn't see any of that this year. And when you went through the nominees list, there was nothing that stood out to me as being egregious, and usually there are. So it looks like maybe they really are trying to get their act in gear. Again, I still don't care about them, but I'm going to give credit where it's due. With that being said, the awards last night were, I got to say, I'm pretty in line with a lot of them. Let's get into the results of the Golden Globes here. We're going to talk about one in particular a little bit later, but we go to first the big one. What is really to them is their big one. The Best Motion Picture Drama. The nominees were Avatar: The Way of Water, Elvis, Tar, Top Gun Maverick. But I believe the film that should have won, Fablemans, actually won. It was for those of you who saw our top picks of 2022. Obviously, you didn't see Chris's, but for those of you who saw our top films of 2022, Fablemans was my number one film of the year. Fablemans took home the winner. I love the choice. We go on to, they do this. Oh yeah. Well, they do it a little bit out of order. So let's go now into Best Performance by an Actress in a Motion Picture Drama. Cate Blanchett won. I absolutely agree.
I do too.
I completely agree. Some excellent nominees: Olivia Colman, Viola Davis, Ana de Armas, Michelle Williams, also for the Fablemans. But I didn't have a lot of doubt that Cate Blanchett should win and would win, and she did. And I think she's the odds-on favorite for the Oscar as well. Best Performance by an Actor in a Motion Picture, Austin Butler. Now listen, I've got no complaints. He was fabulous in Elvis. Absolutely fabulous. There are some people who kind of think that maybe Brendan Fraser did not win because, again, a lot of the controversy surrounding the Hollywood Foreign Press has a lot to do with Brendan Fraser, and Brendan Fraser was very vocal about, F you, I ain't going to this thing. And did that have something to do with why he lost? Well, he did get the nomination anyway.
Yeah.
And they nominated him knowing he would never show up. And by the way, to say that the only reason Austin Butler won was because Brendan Fraser didn't show up, that's taken away from a hell of a performance that Austin Butler gave.
Agreed.
So Austin Butler won for Best Actor in a Motion Picture Drama. Now, Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy. I still think it's idiotic that they have this separation. But that being said, Banshees of Inisherin wins for Best Picture Musical or Comedy. And again, while Everything Everywhere All at Once was my number 2 film, I have no qualms with this thing winning that award.
Wasn't it the Martians category?
The Martian was put under musical or comedy as well.
Joke. That is a comedy.
Don't you remember? There was that scene where there was a joke. It's a comedy. Anyway, listen, I don't really call the Banshees of Inisherin a comedy, even though it is labeled as such, but I can see why many would consider it a comedy. So I have no problems with it being in this.
A dark
It is a dark satire, a dark comedy, if you will. But Babylon, Everything Ever All at Once, Glass Onion, Knives Out, Mystery, and Triangle of Sadness were the other nominees. Banshees of Inisherin wins, and I've got no problems with that winner. I think it's going to be a serious player for Best Picture come the Academy Awards. All right. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture, musical, or comedy goes to Michelle Yeoh. Again, I'm right in line with this selection. Emma Thompson was also nominated. Anya Taylor-Joy for The Menu. Margot Robbie for Babylon. Leslie Mansville for Miss Harris Goes to Paris, which, by the way, finally got around to watching that. That was a delightful little movie. Anyway, so again, no problems with Michelle Yeoh. I think this is setting up, by the way, I think we just got our look at our two Oscar frontrunners. I think the Oscar is going to come down to Cate Blanchett or Michelle Yeoh. I think it'll go to Cate Blanchett, but I think it's going to come down to these two. By the way, Michelle Yeoh threatening to literally beat the crap out of people at the Golden Globes if they try to music her off the stage. I think it was one of the greatest moments ever at the Golden Globes. All right.
She's great.
Best performance by an actor in a motion picture, musical, or comedy. Again, I think they got it right. Colin Farrell for the Banshees of Inisherin.
Great speech, too.
And where he called it Anna Darmus as well, and all that kind of beautiful speech. Ralph Fiennes for The Menu. I mean, I would also love it if he won. But Adam Driver for White Noise, Daniel Craig, Diego Calva for Babylon. Colin Farrell. Again, I have no qualms with this pick. I think he's got to be considered the front runner going into the Oscars. Best Motion Picture Animated, no real surprise. It went to Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I would have given it to Turning Red, but I can understand why I went to that. So then we get down into Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture. This is one of the things that the Golden Globes has to clean up. We go to my shot on this, Jonathan. This is one of the things that the Golden Globes has to clean up. Why do you have Best Motion Picture Drama and then Best Motion Picture Musical or Comedy? And then you'll have then Best Actor Drama, Best Actor Motion Picture Musical or Comedy, Best Actress Drama, Best Actress Motion Picture or Musical or Comedy. But then only have one supporting actor or actress in any movie. Like either get away from the musical or comedy subset or split up as well. Anyway, for Best Actress in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture, Angela Bassett, Black Panther. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a second. Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role in Any Motion Picture comedy, Ki-Hugh Kwan takes it. We can go back to my screen here now, Jonathan. Ki-Hugh Kwan takes it, wins the award, which I am tickled. I'm absolutely tickled. Of course, he was up against Barry Keoghan, Brendan Gleeson, who I actually think has the inside track to win it at the Oscars. I think it's going to be Brendan Gleeson, but Eddie Redmayne, some heavyweight stuff. And Ki-Hugh Kwan, and I watched his acceptance speech on YouTube afterwards.
It's delightful.
It was beautiful. It was great.
It was so good.
Then, of course, we get into some of the other major ones. Best Director went to Steven Spielberg for The Fablemans. I think he's your hands-on favorite to win the Oscar as well. Again, I thought it was the best film of the year. Best Screenplay went to Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin. By the way, I think this is all pretty much setting up the showdown of the two major players at the Oscars are going to be The Fablemans and it's going to be Banshees of Inisherin. I think those are going to be the two films that are probably going to fight it out for Best Picture. And the fact that one won for Best Comedy and Musical, one won for Best Drama, one won the Best Director Award, one won the Best Screenplay Award. I think it's going to come down to a lot of stuff. So anyway, aside from the Angela Bassett thing, which we will talk about here in a second, guys, we want to thank a sponsor of this video, Mint Mobile. If saving more and spending less is one of your top goals for 2023, why are you still paying insane amounts of money every month for your phone bill? Switching to Mint Mobile is the easiest way to save money this year. As the first company to sell premium wireless service online only, Mint Mobile lets you order from home and save a ton, with phone plans starting at just $15 a month. Guys, I have told you before that when I was on one of the major phone carriers, I was spending literally 3 times as much every month and and switching to Mint Mobile couldn't have been easier. So for people just looking to save some extra money this year, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. You can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and switch easily in just minutes with eSIM. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Rob, you look at this list. What are the things that really stand out to you?
Well, that this was pretty legit. And, a lot of the complaints that they'd made about the Hollywood Foreign Press, I thought there was, for the first time, there was a lot of diversity in the winners. And there was a lot of, some people said Michelle Yeoh's speech was smug. And I'm like, no, she was out there kicking ass. I loved her speech. And I'm like, she wasn't wrong. And listening to her talk, people forget though, she was a Bond girl 26 years ago and Tomorrow Never Dies. And then before that, she had a martial arts career since the 80s. She's gotten incredible just because we are sort of new to her party. I thought her speech was great.
But even in North America, she was all the way back to Crouching Tiger. She was really introduced to us.
People
ages
forget.
Ago. Yeah.
And it's like she's had such a long career. And I think that all of these winners, I was really happy with all of them. I thought they were well-deserved. They didn't have any BS. Like you said, you brought up that Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie.
The Johnny Depp.
Tourist or whatever. There was none of that. This was all, it seemed like very legit. They were honoring the best work of the year. And I thought that they spread, no one really swept. They spread the awards around. It was not unexpected, but still, I really thought they did a good job this year in terms of the awards given, they legitimized themselves. I would be interested in coming back next year and watching.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they evolve and continue to evolve. Personally, I think they need a much broader voting base.
Yes.
You can't be taken seriously as a 70-member thing. Yeah. When the Oscars have 7,000 film industry professionals, you got to have a broader voting base. But at any rate, Chris, hey, listen, again, I'm going through this. I don't see any major surprises, nor do I have any issues with any of these. I think they got it all pretty much right. But were there any things, other than the obvious and inexcusable Morbius snub? Other than that, what stands out to you in this?
I still was a little, they should have had Belle part of the animated nominations. But that had such a weird release schedule. It was released overseas in 2021, and then it came to the States in 2022, so I understand that one. But for the most part, I thought everything was pretty in line with what I thought was going to happen as well. I was a little surprised about Brendan Fraser not taking this home. But Colin Farrell is amazing. He's so good in Banshees, and he's had such a good year too. I guess since 2021, he's had such a great time. The Batman, his work as the Penguin. He had that other indie film come out that I can't remember.
The Android with the Android, it was fabulous.
He's been doing incredible work, and so it was really lovely to see him win. And again, give such a wonderful speech, really just thanking all of his collaborators, talking to Anna de Armas. I thought everything was pretty spot on. And to your point too. Yes, the Hollywood Foreign Press Association has made some moves to be better, but there is so much room for improvement here. 70 people are determining this. That's why people think this awards show is a joke, because there's always been this long-standing theory, whether it has any weight, I'm not going to chime in on that, of that you can buy a Golden Globe basically. And I think that we need to do some real work to make sure that this is an incredibly diverse panel of people that has much more than 70 people determining who the best this or that is. So I think there's a lot of room to change, but I think also this was a really, really refreshing Golden Globes.
All right. Ray is still livid about Moonfall snub. He is still very, very upset about it.
Emmerich's directing.
And Roland Emmerich getting snubbed for best. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What did you think about the results coming out of the Golden Globes? Do you think they represent what could be a little bit of a precursor to what we're going to see in the big ones, the Oscars? Nominations are coming out soon for the Academy Awards, by the way. Whatever you guys think, jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.